Bet y'all didn't think I was gonna have another book haul this quick, did you? Me neither. So, let's just get this over with, because I should be ashamed of myself. Am I? No. Should I be? Probably. And no fucks were given that day. Alright, so let's just start off with the most recent one today from the thrift store. I couldn't help myself from getting this. This is a hardcover first edition of The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman with illustrations by Dave McKean. I already had this exact book, and I gifted it to Leanna because she is a nut about Neil Gaiman, and it's a first edition, and she didn't have this. And then I found it again today in the thrift store, and it looks pretty much the exact same shape as the one I had. So I got it again because it was a first edition, and I read it and I liked it, and I'm a spaz even though I already have it in paperback in perfect edition, perfect shape. Then there are these other books that I picked up, all by C.L. Wilson, who I want to say was recommended to me by Cortney. Did you tell me about these, Cortney? I might have made that up. Somebody told me about them. So there's King of Sword and Sky, Lord of the Fading Lands, Crown of Crystal Flame, and Lady of Light and Shadows. Okay, so what made me pick these up anyway? Somebody had mentioned them to me and I was like, ooh, I need these. So I'm pretty sure I have them all in Kindle format. Don't judge me. Y'all know I'm ridiculous. Just accept it as fact, okay? I do. Everybody that knows me personally knows I'm ridiculous. Just y'all should just get on board. I'm ridiculous. Hi, my name is Lauren. I'm ridiculous. Nice to meet you. Okay, anywho. So this one was the one that made me see them when I read them in person. I was like, oh, I need to own these. I'm never going to read these because I hate mass market paperbacks because I'm blind. The closer I get to 30, I am fucking blind. Anyway, so this one, of course, y'all know I love some shifters and they mate and stuff. Alright, so now just the inside. You know how in the old school romances they'll put like a page or a section of the book in place of like a summary? They'll put it on like the first page to get you into it, and then you want to get to that part. So there's a summary on the back, and I didn't read it because there's all these stickers from the thrift store. So I read that inside thing, and then the bolded part says claimed by her true mates. Already I'm there for it because I'm a sucker for the mate trope if it's done right. Like I like shifter mate tropes, some fae mate tropes, but you gotta do it right. You gotta do it right. Anyway, she felt him bow his head to rest his jaw on her hair, the touch feather light. Tears beaded in her lashes at the simple beauty of it. Veresa kuche kemsura shitani, he whispered the words against her hair. You said that before, she murmured. What does it mean? His gaze moved slowly over her face as if he were committing her likeness to memory for all time. I don't even know your name. She blinked in surprise. Since the moment she had put her hand in his and he pulled her into his arms, she felt as if he knew everything there was to know about her. It was surprising and disconcerting to realize that, in fact, they knew each other not at all. That's not the rest of it. That's just down here. But I was like, ooh, mates. And she's supposed to be a really good author. And then she's blurbed on the front by Christine Feehan, whose work I also like. I think Christine Feehan is on the front of all these. But then the other one said, a brilliant sensual must read. And I was like, ooh, yeah. Thank you. I think these are all part of the same series. Yes. So she put them on the spine. It's called a spine, genius. She put them on the spine, says Terran Soul. So same series. They're right up my alley, clearly. Then I was excited to find this. This is a copy of the Acts of King Arthur and His Noble Knights. This is by John Steinbeck. It's how old this is. So apparently John Steinbeck started working on this and compiling this, and it's compiled with bits that were gotten from Oxford with permission to use portions of the works of Sir Thomas Malory, and then it's copyrighted with his wife's name. I assume this is his wife or his daughter's name. So I guess this is like one of the last things he was working on, maybe. I'm not sure, but this is copyrighted 1976. Yeah, John Steinbeck died in 68, so yeah. But it's got Merlin, the Knight with the Two Swords, the Wedding of King Arthur, the Death of Merlin, Morgan Le Fay, Gawain, Ewain, and Marhault, the Noble Tale of Sir Lancelot of the Lake. Most of these tales I already know and freaking love. I have a couple of Merlin books over there. Every Merlin TV show that just came on or movie that I've come across I have watched, as well as King Arthur. Some of them were utter trash. I did like the TV show with this guy, the sci-fi show with the ears, that dude. I never finished it though, so I probably should do that. But I'm really excited about it. I love this. And then there's all this like Celtic knotwork like imprinted into the book. and it just looks old, and I like it. So that's an awesome thing to have, and I will be reading that one. Most of the books I get that are that old, I don't want to read them, I don't want to touch them. That one, I'll be reading. Then, speaking of Christine Feehan, I have Dark Peril by Christine Feehan. This one's another Carpathian novel. I think in this one, we have Dominic, who is one of the stronger Carpathians. He is of the Dragon Seeker lineage. He is basically trying to sneak into an enemy's camp and learn their plans. To do so, he has to swallow this parasitic like vampire blood that will take over and just make him into a thing that will need to be basically put down by his people. So he does it for like the greater good, so he can get the information from the camp and basically save his people as a whole. Lo and behold, pretty sure like just before, after he's already done it, now he got found a way out of it because he found his mate after that. Whoops. Whoops. Oops. Then there is A Touch of Crimson by Sylvia Day. I'm really not sure how I feel about this because I think Sylvia Day wrote these books that were like 50 Shades of Grey-ish. I didn't read them to see if they were as bad as 50 Shades of Grey. I hated 50 Shades of Grey. It wasn't the subject matter. Subject matter didn't bother me any. I've read books about BDSM or featuring BDSM relationships, like actual BDSM relationships, not what the fuck that was. Before anybody, you just a prude. No, that's not it. It was written with a third grader. Anyway, so Sylvia Day wrote this one. It is the first in a new series, and this is a Renegade Angels novel. An angel with immense powers and insatiable desire, Adrian leads an elite special ops unit of the Sephirim. His task to punish the fallen angels who have become vampires and command a restless pack of indentured lycans. It's got angels, it's got vampires, it's got lycans. I kind of like when they apply like modern day things like special ops teams and strike teams and units and stuff to things like vampires and shifters and werewolves and stuff. That's fun to me. Speaking of those, I also picked up this book in the thrift store. Banshees, Werewolves, and Vampires and Other Creatures of the Night. This is composed by Vala Ventura. It is a bunch of supposed first accountings of a lot of paranormal creatures. It's supposed to actually be freaky and creepy as fuck, but research purposes, I like this. So it has like bogies and changelings and pukas and original like creatures of like Irish folklore and mythos, and I think there is Russian and German and all of those places featured in here. That's a bunch of basically first sale accountings. When a bale's like $2, not bad, but I like keeping books like this because research purposes I'm writing. Anyhow, then I have Elite. Is this the second one? This better be the second. You can tell this brand new child is stiff. You heard that crack when I opened it? This is the second book to Hunter, which I talked about in my last book haul, and then I really wanted this one and they had it on Book Outlet, so this is the start of the books that I got from Book Outlet, by the way. All of those were from thrift stores. These are from Book Outlet. This one is the sequel to Hunter, in which it's kind of a dystopian kind of a universe, and the main character Joy I'll leave the link for the description down below because this description is spoilery for this one, so I go do that to you. But I'm excited to read it. I'm trying to get my hands on that book since I listened to the first one audiobook in like September-ish. Binti by Nadia Okorafor, which I have already finished. I listened to an actual audiobook. The narrator for this is awesome. I listened to it on double speed and it took me like an hour and a half, I think, but oh my god, I love this. So now I need the other two, and I'm glad I liked it because I also got Lagoon by Nadia Okorafor. Now, Binti, it's a novella, obviously, it's short AF, if you can tell. I probably could have read it in 45 minutes or less, but I wanted to listen to the audiobook because I had it and the narrator was amazing. So, at any rate, this one is, you know what? I lied. I'm not going to tell you what this is about because it's very short, and any summary that I try to give you will spoil stuff because it's not that long. So it's really, it's sci-fi, and basically Binti is this girl that comes from this small coastal town. I don't think it's coastal. Maybe it is coastal. No, it's not coastal. It comes from this small like desert village or town where people don't even bathe with water because it's a precious resource. So they use this OG something. Help me. Ojize. So it's like this mixture of red clay from her home and these like oils from flowers that she makes and she puts on her skin and in her hair, and it kind of like, for reasons, we'll just say that because later on it's spoilery, but initially I believe it's to kind of like keep moisture in and other purposes, but it's a really cool aspect of it. I like it. She's one of the few, like, this is one of the only cultures that does that. So when she disobeys her family, she gets accepted into this like prestigious school that she has to travel across, like interplanetary travel to get to. Her family forbids her to go, and she goes anyway. And from there, everything I can say is spoilery, so just read it, but it's really good. Oh my god, it was so good to be so short. It was so good. Then Lagoon, I'm really not sure what the hell this one's about. It says, in Lagos, 3 total strangers are drawn to Bar Beach. A marine biologist, a rapper famous throughout Africa, and a troubled soldier are brought together when an alien ship lands in the ocean, causing a tidal wave that will transform them and change the world. That's all I read about that one. I already knew she was supposed to be an amazing author, and I was just like, alright. Then there is Six Guns Snow White, a fully loaded fairy tale by Catherine M. Valentine. Now, I thought this was going to be fuller length. It's on the younger spectrum of the YA, I think, but it is like Snow White is like an Annie Oakley type character. So that seems really cool. It obviously takes place in the Wild West. So I like that crossover of genres. And look at, I just really just basically, I ain't gonna lie, I just really like the cover art is what it was. So I haven't read it yet, but it'll take me like 5 minutes. And it's also illustrated. So there's that. Then I got my hands on White Hot, which is part of the Hidden Legacy series by Ilona Andrews, which I've talked about copious amounts. I'm not going to do this again to you poor guys. But it is an urban fantasy. I don't know why the cover looks like Paranormal Romance. I mean, just looks like just straight up body stripper. It's not. There's romance in it, but it's urban fantasy. It's got mystery aspects of it. It's got a lot of world building, a lot of magic. It's a really cool series. I really enjoy it. I just don't know why the covers look like this. This is the second one in the series. And then the third one, he actually finds a shirt. Like, the first one looks like this, too. And the third one is like this, but he's actually wearing clothes. So, that gets fixed, at least, yeah. Don't know why the covers look like that, but it's whatever. Like, I know enough about Ilona Andrews to trust their writings. I don't care what the fuck. Then I got, now this is a series that I talked about in my urban fantasy and paranormal romance series that I binged video, which I will link down below. It's actually the video I posted immediately before this. So this is a Charlie Davidson series about the character who is a PI and also finds out that she's the Grim Reaper. So I got Sixth Grave on the Edge, which is book 6, obvi. 8th Grave After Dark, Curse of the 10th Grave, and 11th Grave in Moonlight. And this one's actually signed, which I didn't know. Hey! That's awesome. So, yep, that is actually it for my book haul. And then I have 4 and 7 already. So that gives me books 4, 6, 7, 8, 10, and 11. Still missing quite a few, but so yeah. That is it for that, guys. That is my book haul. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you later. Is that all I want to say? Yeah, that's it. Bye.